Sup, nerds? It is Nerdy Boy, and we are finally back with more content. I know it has been a hot minute. Unfortunately, just I've been doing life stuff and school stuff, and that's just far more priority than anything else. But hey, we're finally back, and hopefully, we're gonna get more content uploaded soon in like the next couple of weeks. Like hopefully. Uh, I'll be very excited for it. And we're starting it off with the comeback with maybe what's probably going to be one of the best ciphers, or at least one of my favorites, from Rustage. This is the D&D class rap cipher. Rustage cipher featuring the Stupendium, DizzyEight, Shwabadi, The Man Be His LA, and more. And all I can say is this is probably a nerd's wet dream in a nutshell. I am so excited for this because D&D is just D&D is like just a big core for me. Honestly, I love so much of it. Just the mechanics, the joy of it. Like literally, I've been watching Rustage's D&D podcast for like 2 years now, roughly, give or take. And it's been amazing. Love the One Piece D&D, love Marines, love Isekai, and loving Space Pirates. It's amazing. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here because I'm assuming there's going to be so many D&D references to not only like D&D itself, but probably also the classes, like their specific skills, spells, all that stuff. So we'll see what I can catch because that's the other thing. I haven't played every class, so I can't really know everything. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And I'll probably just say it now because I'm sure there's going to be the question. My favorite D&D class. It is probably a tie between Rogue and Warlock. Both are a lot of fun to me. Rogue might be number one, honestly. But hey, it's just being a little sneaky devil. So I'm going to shut up because I'm rambling. But hey, you guys, please like, subscribe, join the Discord if you are interested. I'd love to have you. And let's dive into what's going to be amazing. All right. I'm already liking the beat. See it in my spells and my magic. Holy got the crown of his madness. Hey. Dice, we doing big damage. Spit ice, but they only spit canjabs. Hey. I told you I'm gonna love this. Oh, we're gonna be taking a deep dive into this. I can say that now because so far, so many facts. First off, the Crown of Madness, which is a spell, if I remember correctly, it can literally drive someone mad. For like anyone who wears it's like they either get charmed or frightened, one or the other, I think, and deals psychic damage, I believe. And also just the fact of pointing out the intelligence of how you have to be knowledgeable, which is a wizard's big thing because they learn their magic through reading books and through knowledge. And also the duration because certain spells have a certain duration of how long they can go for. And just, I'm loving this. I'm literally, I'm going to put the nerd in Nerdy Boy right now. Hey. Ooh. Okay. Hey. Mm. I love just the little, basically just the rep for sorcerers. Like we're the best class in my opinion, and just also the whole charm because charisma is their spell modifier, and just, oh man. Not to mention this goes unbelievably hard because it feels like kind of like like a high fantasy type melody into it, but like a little bit of the modernized added onto it, and it's just It's a really nice earworm. Hey. Meta magic. Ooh. Hey. Okay. Just like tied with the patrons, but who's paying the price? Because that's the whole thing for warlocks. They got their magic through making a deal with a patron, some kind of like higher power, whether it's a demon, uh, genie, believe it or not. Even I think there's the potential of like an angel or something, or like archfey, and it's just as usually most of the time for people that play warlocks, more than half the time, warlocks have the deep rooting kind of background to them, as in like there's just like they don't really have the happiest story, or it's like they usually hate their patron. I think is usually the common stereotype for that, but it's fun. It is just a fun class in my opinion, mostly because the invocations do so much for warlocks. Bah blast. Oof. Hey, rogue baby. Oof. That's from Isekai. Hey, I like it. I like it. Just like I love, being the sneak that rogues are in this. I'm giving every class a second to talk about them. They all deserve it because every class has their advantages in my opinion, and also just the also picking the locks because rogues are essentially like thieves in D&D, and they're just known for picking locks, being sneaky people, and just having fun. Also, I just realized this for it probably like it took me a second. Like the character in this one is actually a character from Rustage's Isekai campaign, and it just not to give spoilers on that because I highly recommend you guys get into these if you are a fan of D&D because they are a lot of fun. They are fun campaigns to get into, and she's just a rogue like character, and then also going into fighter next. I noticed that the art in that one is actually Rustage's character in another D&D campaign called the Arcane Underground that is hosted by Shwabadi. That's also a really good one. You should check that one out too. I just like guys, this I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. This is I'm all giddy. I'm giddy from this. And we're only in 2 minutes in, guys. Hey. Oof. Hey. Hey. Okay. Okay. Just I loved that. Essentially pointing out of just like how I keep hitting you again because fighters are the class that have the most chances to actually hit people. And that's because like say once they reach like level 20 or so, they can hit people like 4 or 5 times, I believe. I think it's 4. But it's insane because they can do really well on just damage output, but also just the fact of like the action surge bar just to keep on going a little more. And then I believe the last part of adding the magic is a reference to Eldritch Knight, which is a fighter that's able to cast spells. And now we're on Barbarian with Ragnar, also from the One Piece D&D. Like I just realized this. I think each class has a character from Rustage's campaigns and Shwabadi's. It's just I'm loving it. Hey, hey, oof. Hey, nice. I also love just the armor defense reference for barbarians because I think this is hilarious for barbarians. They have a thing at level 1 that is their unarmored defense. It's very similar to monks. Uh but it's like for monks it's specifically not wearing armor. I think for barbarians it's also as well. But it's just it's hilarious to me because for a barbarian it's like essentially it's not that people can't hit them because of their unarmored defense because they're like agile. No, it's just because they are so darn tough and stubborn. You cannot hit them because of how stubborn they are. And I think that is hilarious. Monks, baby. Oof. Hey. Look at those, baby. Hey. Monk is a fun class. Just the flurry of blows. They have maybe one of the most diverse skill sets compared to almost any other class, just in terms of like just so many things that they can do. And like, you know, not necessarily rely on spells. They're probably the most diverse that's like non-magical. And it's just like they're a threat. Like if you have a really good monk like in your party, it's over. Like the monk is going to help you so much. And it's just it's amazing. Paladin, baby. I'm playing the Paladin in campaign. Oof. Hey. Oof. Okay. Honestly, I like that one. Plus, the fact that Palladium is in this one is hilarious. I would have preferred Old Tony. Old Tony would have been so better. And also, guys, I'm probably giving so many references to things you do not know. I apologize, but just I did. I'm giddy. I'm giddy. I'm happy. I'm happy about this. It's like this is just fun to me. This is just something I know a lot about, and I like it. uh, but hey, I'm enjoying this. Hey. Oof. Mm. Hey, I like that. That I enjoyed that one very much so, just because like for the fact of how it pointed out of the like I can heal, but like these fists kill kind of thing. Because clerics are a menace. Because they are like stereotypically like the healers of the groups, but do not piss off the cleric. I tell this to so many people. Do not piss off the cleric, because the cleric could very much decide if you live or die if they so wish. Because they have first off, they have really good spells, and plus, you know, you don't really want to piss off the person that's gonna guarantee to heal your ass, okay? Like they're a holy warrior for a reason. Oof. Hey. Woof. Woof. Nice. Shwabadi was in it for Druid on that one. Because first off, the starry form, because that's a reference to the one of the subclasses for druids, which is literally the star circle or circle stars, I think, that has that. Not to mention the fact of bare arms, but bare arms, and also like the fact of fuck charisma being wisdom, like just do it, because that's the thing. Druids excel at wisdom and intelligence, I believe. I think more often than not, charisma is usually like their worst stat, just because it doesn't usually help them out. So there's that, and also just the most versatility because yeah, druids kind of are one of the most versatile for sure. Because first off, they can become animals, they can cast spells, they could also just go fist fighting if they so wish, and not to mention all their subclass stuff too. They have a lot of shit. Hey. Mm. Hey. Woof. Just the fact of like uh updated like this because Rangers are the only class that I think specifically had a revised version. Like every class has been updated with every new addition to D&D, but it was Rangers in particular, I think, that had a whole revision to themselves on their skills and stuff, just because I think it was either A, that the very original class just was not good and people just did not enjoy it compared to others, or the second one where it's just like it just did not work mechanically wise as well as others did. Like it wasn't as useful. So like it is the only one I think that has a proper revised version. And then also the fact of having the monsters to help out, and the Grimwalker being a subclass, and then also the monsters because uh, there's the Beastmaster class subclass that basically has Rangers with a pet that helps fight with them, and there's that. Honestly, that's probably I think the most common Ranger class to go with, but it's fun. Oof. All right. Hey. Hey. Sorry. Does the 13 land not even close? Oh, that's so true. That's so true, guys. There's so many times where you're like, hey, does this number hit? It's like, no, no. And then also just, I loved how for the Bard, it's essentially just like, they can just kind of do anything. Like, they're just so good, and it's not necessarily because they're the most powerful. It's more than anything they're just so persuasive because of their charisma being their highest, and just able to talk their way out of any shit. It's why specifically one of my buddies, Fluffy Plays Games, if you guys have ever heard from him, you should check him out. He's a lot of fun. um but I keep telling him that he needs to play a bard at some point in any like of our campaigns, simply because he could talk his way out of a lot of shit. I'm gonna be honest, and I'd want to see how he does it. Artificer, baby. Hey. Oh, that was amazing. I loved the Artificer bars, just, with the gears and springs, because for Artificers, they rely on their magic being through inventions and technology over like actual magic. And I honestly just, I love it. I loved it. I honestly, like I said, this is probably my favorite cipher from Rustage. It's probably going to be. Um, and I realized I took so long with this reaction, but I don't care. This was a lot of fun. I thought it was worth a deep dive into. But this is why I love D&D, guys. It's so much fun. It's why I hope in the future I can actually do a D&D. Actually, like stream it, like stream a campaign. I feel like that'd be so much fun. But this was awesome. Please check out Rustage and everyone on here. They absolutely killed. That's all I need to say. Because I had a blast. Hopefully you guys did too, and hopefully guys will check out one of my other videos. And hey, I'll see you guys on the next journey. Take care.